Welcome back to Sports World. Here you get all the latest sport news. Let's dive in together. After going down 1-0, Real Madrid roared back to a 4-1 win courtesy of goals from Dani Carvajal, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappé. Vinicius Jr.'s decisive impact helped a much faster Real Madrid come from behind to beat Espanyol 4-1 on Saturday and move a point behind La Liga leaders Barcelona. After struggling to find their best form this season, coach Carlo Ancelotti praised his team's victory. Even though it took its time to crystallize against the determined Catalans, Brazil star Vinicius started on the bench but created a goal for Rodrigo goes before scoring himself to complete Madrid's turnaround after a Thibaut Courtois own goal gifted the visitors the lead early in the second half. Dani Carvajal leveled for Madrid soon afterwards before Vinicius took the reins, with Kylian Mbappé adding a late penalty to net in his fourth consecutive game for the club. I thought it was a good game. The players reacted well after Espanyol's goal. We played much better, having more chances, and I am happy, Ancelotti told reporters. Madrid have not been at their most fluent, but this was a cut above their recent displays, and the Italian was impressed. He also spoke about not being unfair with Endrick. There are Mbappé, Rodrigo and Vinicius. He needs to be patient. Patience. He's very good. Chelsea were impressive and comfortable at the London Stadium, but West Ham were catastrophically bad, and that is worth talking about first. Julen Lopetegui's 37th minute substitution emphasized just how dire it was, bringing Tomas Sosek on for Guido Rodriguez. Lopetegui thought Rodriguez and Edson Alvarez could win the midfield battle against the Blues' £100 million stars, Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, and they absolutely could not, saying that the game was not lost in the midfield. It was lost all over the pitch. It took 4 minutes for Maresca's side to take the lead, and the goal set the tone for the Hammers. A free kick not taken relatively quickly was nevertheless rapid enough to expose a switched-off West Ham. Nicholas Jackson received the ball 50 yards from goal and ran all the way through to slot the ball through Alphonse Areola's legs. It was embarrassing, but Lopetegui was a different kind of red-faced. Jackson's celebration might have looked like the Thriller dance to you, but we think he was impersonating Alvarez's attempt to catch up with him. Setting up with two unathletic defensive midfielders is certainly a mood, and when you do that, you'd expect the back four to be well protected, which was unfortunately not the case. Liverpool got back on the Premier League winning trail by sweeping aside Bournemouth 3-0 with Luis Diaz at the double. Nottingham Forest stunned Anfield last weekend to end Arne Slot's perfect start, but Liverpool were in ruthless mood against the Cherries, racing into a 3-0 lead at halftime. Diaz took advantage of Kepa Arrizabalaga charging off his line into no man's land to give Slot's team the lead before the Colombian fired home a second just 2 minutes later. Darwin Núñez marked his first start of the season with a beautiful curling effort into the far corner as Liverpool threatened to run riot. That was the end of the scoring though, as despite registering 12 shots on target, the home side could not add further gloss to the victory. Moving on to boxing, in front of a massive crowd, IBF heavyweight titlist Daniel Dubois knocked out the highly favored Anthony Joshua and left no doubt on Saturday who's the best British boxer. London's own Daniel left 96,000 fans shocked with a dominant and decisive victory over Britain's popular Joshua at Wembley Stadium in London. It didn't take long for him to display an aggressive attack behind a ramrod jab and superior defensive technique. An overhand right connected, and down went Joshua as the crowd gasped. The former champion beat the count at the end of the bell. Daniel opened up the second round with an array of punches as Joshua somehow survived. Though under attack, Joshua did return fire, and that kept his opponent from unloading, but it was apparent that Dubois had a better chin than Joshua at this point. Daniel moved in aggressively, and after a short combination down went Joshua, but the referee ruled it was a slip. The heavyweight fight continued as Joshua grabbed the aggressive Dubois after every combination. It seemed Daniel might be tiring or that Joshua was setting a trap. Near the end of the round, you could see Joshua looking to time his opponent. After a slight pause, both engaged and both connected with Daniel's stronger rights and lefts, depositing Joshua to the floor a fourth time and seemingly unconscious. The referee counted Joshua out at 59 seconds into the fifth round. Fans let their emotions show with mouths open and hands over their heads. The victor seemed the only calm soul in the arena. "This is my redemption story," said Daniel. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more sports updates.